Discs don't slip, ever. Hey guys, it's Anya here from Miami Physiotherapy and Lake Plains Physiotherapy, and today I wanted to talk to you about discs. I get a lot of people coming in to see me that have said they've slipped their disc in their back. Whether they've found that term from the internet or possibly even from a doctor telling them that, it's not true because discs physically cannot slip out of place in your spine, and I'm going to explain why. So what is a disc? So a disc is a structure that sits between each of the vertebrae in your spine. It consists of two parts. It has an outer layer, this is a strong cartilaginous ring called the annulus fibrosus, and then it has a softer center called the nucleus pulposus. If you picture it a little bit like a jelly donut, that helps. So we've got the stronger layer on the outside and then a more gel-like substance in the inside. The discs are strong, they're flexible, and they help us with shock absorption and just to aid in the movement of our spine. So if you can picture, the disc is anchored between each vertebrae by very strong ligaments. This makes it virtually impossible for the disc to physically move out of place in your spine. So what actually happens when you injure a disc? Discs can get injured for many reasons. It can be trauma, it can be overuse, it can be poor posture, or it's even just a natural process of the spine as it gets a little bit degenerative as you age. If there's too much pressure on the outside of the disc, or it started to degenerate, then the inner part of the disc has the potential to distend outwards. This causes a little disc bulge. If the inner part, the softer part, actually breaks out through the disc, this is called a disc herniation, and it can cause symptoms like referred pain maybe into your back and down your leg, some tingling, even some numbness or giving way of the leg. This is because that inner part when it breaks out, it has the potential to push on a nerve and therefore cause irritation around the nerve and leads to those symptoms. So how do you actually treat a disc? Left on their own, discs do heal. But without adequate treatment, the spinal segment may not gain that same flexibility and strength that it had before your injury. So it is really important to get the proper treatment because it might lead to risk of re-injury or to injure the levels above and below it if we don't have that one layer moving quite as well as it was. So my final advice is, number one, don't let anyone tell you that you have slipped a disc in your spine. If you're worried that you've injured your back or you may have injured one of these discs, then book yourself in for a treatment so that you can get the right information and rehabilitation plan to get you back on track, avoid any prolonged pain or discomfort, and to help reduce your risk of future back injuries.